as part of a series of actions by Extinction Rebellion all over the Midlands and actually all over the country. And this action is targeting BP and Shell, and that is because they are continuing to fund fossil fuel exploration, new fossil fuel exploration. So BP and Shell are not just funding the oil and gas fields that they already have. They are putting a lot of money into new oil and gas fields in the North Sea and the Arabian Peninsula and all over the world. And we don't have any time left. We don't have any budget left to have more carbon emissions.
So I'm David, member of Extinction Rebellion Nottingham, and I'm here today because it's almost 40 degrees already and the climate is changing rapidly. We're possibly hitting tipping points with the Arctic melting, and these temperatures are going to become regular during the summer months in the future as it gets worse and worse. And the reason is that we're burning fossil fuels. Petrol, oil, gas, we're burning those. Carbon dioxide going into the atmosphere, creating climate change and global warming.
We live in a rich country, and therefore just going about our business involves a lot of carbon emissions. I've tried to do what I can to reduce my own emissions, but the bottom line is things are so serious that we're trying to sound the alarm, and unfortunately if we don't cause some disruption, and bear in mind that we're always peaceful, this is non-violent civil disobedience. If we don't cause any disruption at all, then the media, sadly, tends not to take an interest. So the media hasn't been reporting on the facts for the last 20 or 30 years, or hasn't been doing a good enough job. And so we're all at our wits' end. We've been writing to our MPs, we've been signing petitions, we've been trying to effect change without disrupting members of the public, but it's got to the point now where we can't think of any better ideas. So I apologise for the disruption we cause. We try to minimise the disruption, but the stakes are so high that I feel unfortunately it is justified, because the alternative is just breakdown of society.
So as a richer nation, we've got more resources to do this, but I've worked in Pakistan and I've worked in Ghana, and they don't have the resources. So one of the things that richer countries need to do is actually carry out their commitment, which they've already given, to support financially poorer countries to develop, but develop in a green way. And we have that responsibility. The UK was the major initiation of the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah.
So we have a responsibility to support countries which are less well developed, and they can develop if they develop in a green way, and we should be supporting them to do that.
Today we're not asking people to completely get out of their cars and not use them. We recognise that public transport is not good enough, and we need an improved public transport system before we can ask people to use it all the time. So I would say to people, if you don't need to use your car, don't use it, but if you do, don't buy your fuel from BP and Shell. Buy it from somewhere else, buy it from a supermarket whose investments go back into other things, and those things might not all be great, but they're certainly not fueling the climate crisis to the level that these two companies are.
Thank you. That's good.